Good morning, Academy 55 on Friday, the 6th of December. It's 5 to 8 in the morning here in the UK. We're looking at the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame, looking for the the Academy 55 indicators and strategy. My name is David Kahn, your host, and we're going to be looking and seeing if we can somehow get a trade going between looking at this hour when we usually have a directional market. But today, at 1:30 our time, we have a thing called the non-farm payroll red flag news from the US, where pips can be moved suddenly 20, 30, 40, 50, or even more one way or the other within like 10 seconds. Can't trade it. And because of that, large investors, whales, probably hang off until that decision is made, until they know for sure which way the pips are going to go, whether they're going to whether it's going to be good news for the dollar or bad news for the dollar, and they can invest in court accordingly. And being a Friday, sometimes they lay off their plans altogether to invest big money and come back again on the Monday or the Tuesday or even next week, depending on the situation. So Friday morning, we could have a bit of a directional bias, but as we've seen here, let's put it on the 5 minute time frame. We are more or less in consolidation ever since well, ever since midnight, really. It's not done too much at all. They are opening up a bit now, but there was a sell zone there, so there was only like a 10 pip move, but now it's a little bit bigger. 68, 15 pip move, maybe something to operate in, but again, we'll be governed by the zones. Price going into the zones. I do believe that we are on a buy bias because we are above the purple line, as you can see there. So we are on a buy bias. But with you, I am going to draw the lines, support and resistance lines. So I put it down to the, I go up to the 4 hour to see if there's any lines. These are previous lines been drawn in. And as you can see, we are coming up to double tops. But we'll put it on the line chart. Now, if there's more than two touches, that's a line. 1, 2, that's why that's a line there. 1, 2, that's a line there. That's that is a more telling line because that was support there and resistance there. So that's 1, 2. So that's a line. And being on the 4 hourly, that is quite important. That line there, resistance, support, and it stayed along there for 4 hours. Then we put it down to the hourly time frame, and same again. And there's the same again. So that's a pretty important area there. And maybe this area here is important because it stayed there. Well, this is the consolidation effect. So we'll put a line there because that's fairly important. Is price going to go up to there? Think about it again. So we go down to the 5 minute. Sorry, we go to the 4 hourly again. Is there any imbalance? Well, there's a little bit of imbalance down here, but that's too far away for us to worry about, so I won't put that in. Just confuses, because 4 hourly there, we're actually 81, 40 odd pips away from that, so that won't make any difference to us. But there is a little bit of imbalance on that 4 hourly candle there. No selling power there, no selling power there. But there's no other real imbalances that need to be filled in the immediate future. So we go down to the 5 minute. Then I mark up my my zones. Horizontal ray, start of the zone. So there's a zone there, sell zone there, and horizontal ray. Oh, look, on that horizontal line, look, there's a zone. So there's no sell zone above. Not to worry about anyway. I could put horizontal ray on this. Oh, and incidentally, we got it's on the support and resistance from a previous support and resistance as well. So that zone down there. Isn't that funny? There we go. So really, I think there's a buy bias. And seeing as we're so close to the zones, put my Kami 55 back on again. I'd be a bit wary about taking a sell because we're on a buy bias. But this would be the sell. The sell would be the next one to take. 22 pips. 22, sorry, 2.2 pips. 2 to 1. Yeah, actually, that could work. Draw that out. But we're in sell zone territory now. So we'll be waiting for the next sell. In the meantime, okay, so here is how to use our indicators. First, we go to our MT4 or MT5. Make sure you've got the trade assistant running and you've got the risk to reward in purple. So you change it to purple, the lock calc in purple, and you've got that all important 1% risk there. Also, you've got your MT4 template, your Academy 55 template running in the background, and when you want to place a trade, you put it on lines, and then you can reverse it here, make sure all that good stuff works. And I like to keep 2 pips away before you enter the buy. So where it says SL21, this works, by the way, this works on EUR USD. On the US 100 it'll be slightly different, but we'll explain that as when we do go on for that sort of trade. But yeah, make sure you got your risk to reward in purple, your lock calc in purple. I like to have this button here in purple in case I need to close all trades. Next, I'm going to show you how you can use the Academy 55 indicators on TradingView. So here is a quick 2-minute video to explain how the sell and the buy Academy 55 indicator works. Here we can see a sell situation on the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame. So what we do is we wait for the trend line to go red, the volume ribbon to go red, the wave to go red and the parabolics are above price. Wait for all those four conditions. Then we get the short position tool and we put the stop loss would be there because that is the closest to the entry. Making sure you're a minimum of 2 pips away from your entry minimum. Could be a bit more than that, but the green wave turns to the red there and that is closer to the entry. Then you go for your 2 to 1, and as you can see that one was successful. And here we have the same situation but for a buyer alert. So you get your buy alert, so you wait for the green trend line, the green volume ribbon and the green wave. So all things are correct there. So you get your long position tool, your stop loss goes there because that is the closest point to the entry, making sure you are a minimum of 2 pips away, and your 2 to 1 is up there. So as you can see, we have a winner there. Set a sell by making sure you've got your red trend, your red volume ribbon and your red wave, and Parabolic is above price. You get into the trade there, your 2 to 1, and then here is the buy version. So the Parabolic is below price. You've got your green trend line, your green volume ribbon and your green wave, and you enter the trade there and you get your 2 to 1. Okay, so we're all shipshape with that. Like I said, nothing's happened during that video. And now, oh look, we're at this support and resistance line where it's been thinking about it. But like I say, we're on a buy bias, so don't be surprised if we continue from this buy here. But we swept into the sell zone. Put it on the 5-minute time frame. There we are, smack in the middle of the sell zone. And incidentally, the sell is the next one on the next alert that we can actually take, because it goes with our strategy: sell alert, buy alert, sell alert, buy alert. So sell alert will be the next one we can take anyway. Just bringing in the news. Subtle cookies, yeah, okay. And there is no news at the minute. Well, low news, very low news. We've got Italian Euro news at 9 o'clock. That may sweep a couple of pips. Then we got Euro news at 10 o'clock. This actually, incidentally, this may be important because employment change and again non-farm payroll, government payrolls. There we go. That's the big boy there. So that's an important thing for us to consider at 1:30. Oh, it's taken off. There we go. So let's go on let's go even further and have a look at the candles. Daily candle. We're on the daily candle now. See if we can disseminate anything going from here. So 2 days ago, pure indecision. You read the candles the same way on any time frame. Buy bias yesterday, and at the moment, the same again today with the buy bias. This is a line drawn up. I drew this up either last week or 2 weeks ago for a price to get to on the bigger picture. Let's see if we can see the bigger picture. And we got that by drawing a fib retracement tool from the higher high there to the lower low there. And like I said, when we have a big anomaly, we at least like at least to go to the 50% line indicated by that area there, possibly going into the 71.8 and beyond into this area down here. So that's where I think price is heading up. So if anything, we want to do these buys, but so if we do take a sell trade in a minute, it will be a retracement trade. Like that. Put it on the 5 minute again. Now there's areas of imbalance that needs to be filled, and we may wish to do that first before carrying on up. So our 2% is in the way of that, all that imbalance, which is good news. But how it's all about the timings of these things when they wish to do that. We don't know. They might wait till after 10 o'clock, that Euro news, to do that. And for all those on here today thinking I need to trade, price action doesn't owe you nothing. It'll do what it's going to do. And if nothing happens, we wait for price to come to us. We don't go chasing trades. We wait for trades to come to us. But we know we're in a sell zone now. And our 2%, if we get in there, will be above the purple line because there's a buy bias all the way. So that's good. But we've got a way to go yet. Steve reminded me of the fact that yesterday we passed a bit of a milestone with my live trading that's all fully documented in the back office. That as of yesterday, since we started way back in February this year, we've now actually on $100,000 prop firm account, we've made 100.1% profit. So that's a pretty good milestone. What's the dollar may be a profitable investment in 2025. Tell you my thoughts on that. Because of President Trump coming in, he's into crypto, and they want to make the dollar a crypto asset, something called RLUSDT, as far as I think it is. And there is a altcoin called, well, cryptocurrency called XRP. And this XRP, there's a thing called a blockchain, and the blockchain technology done by, I think, a firm called Ripple, and they have the technology to make transactions a lot quicker, especially from country to country. Instead of taking 3 or 4 days, which it traditionally takes for everything to be cleared, with this XRP and Ripple, they could do it within a day or maybe two. So making transfers of money a lot quicker globally. So they're going to, as far as I am aware, they are going to be melding this Ripple technology with this new US dollar cryptocurrency. And that possibly ties in why the dollar may be profitable investment in 2025, because then what they can do then is encourage people to get the dollar cryptocurrency, and guess what? It's all taxable. It'll really skyrocket America's fortunes through taxes, because everybody will have to pay tax on it. And that's what make America great again. And so that's the grand plan. A few other I's and dotting the I's and crossing the T's has got to, and this is all supposedly going to happen when Donald Trump gets inaugurated, maybe even before that. So end of January will be an interesting time, especially if you've got something called XRP. This is my understanding from trolling the YouTube over the last few days. I'm quite excited because personally I bought a lot of XRP back in 2018 when it was 24 cents an XRP, and I just put it in a cold wallet and I haven't touched it at all. And I'm just going to wait and see what happens. So now it's gone up from 24 cents for an XRP. At the moment, it's let's have a look. It's actually taking a bit of a dive at the moment, but it was as high as 290. It's now 232 for an XRP. But anyway, sorry, that's not what we come here for. But just saying, that's why, tying it into this comment here, the dollar may be profitable investment in 2025. And that's probably the reason behind that. Right, we are diving towards a sell. So time to put the line chart on. Keep my customer rate 2.2 pips away. Two point one. Oh, that's it. 2.1 pips away. So, but we have to wait for a red trend, red wave, red volume ribbon, and of course that all important sell alert. If we carry on down to take out these imbalances down here. But yeah, this XRP, oh right, stop talking about XRP, David. It's got really good technology behind it to make transactions, especially from country to country, a lot quicker. That's why they're interested in it, and they're interesting times ahead. They were actually talking about this way back in 2017 when I bought mine, but things went a bit pear-shaped, and there's a governmental body called the SEC. And there was a big court case, and now the court case is being resolved in some ways. And now we're back to the so all this time I've had it locked up in a cold wallet. Will we get there or not? Wow, remains to be seen. I've waited 7 years. I guess a few more if it takes that. We'll see. Right. So as you can see, we are cellular is flickering on and on, but the wave is still green. Trend line still green. Stop loss has got to be where price is now. So once it gets down there, I'll lock it in if it gets down there. And by that time, the trend line will be more or less like 3 o'clock. So this is where we are. Cellular keeps bobbing on and off as the price fluctuates, obviously. Got to make sure of it, and to be sure of it, price needs to be at least underneath the wave. This, of course, this might not come to anything. Going sideways again now. There is a buy bias, so we've got to be very careful, of course, because this is going to be termed as a retracement trade. For our sakes, I'm hoping they want to retrace back to these areas down here, at least to the purple line, within the confines of our trade. But we'll see. We're not even there yet. But we're ready, poised and ready. Is that just a reminder? Any trades taken are for educational purposes only. So we've got balance down here needs to be sorted. Right. Is that a more permanent sell now? No. Thinking about it, isn't it? The wave has just started to go red there. Now, that's good news. Anticipation of the trend line turning red though, because everything else is red. Got a nice sell alert. So we just got to keep waiting. Nice. So here is where I want to lock my stop loss just there, just above that wave. And I'm prepared to wait. I'm going to be a little bit more. Maybe get up to 3 pips. Before I place the trade. Because all the time I take profit is above the purple line. Right, I'm going to get in now, I think. There we go. And there we go. So I'm set in for either I was anticipating the red trend line It's at 3 o'clock. The trend line's still green. I appreciate that, but that could turn red at any second. The price gets down to there. I'm pretty sure that's going to go red. But I wanted to make sure my take profit was above the purple line. Looking at maybe a bounce scenario. I'm hoping it's going to break it to get into these imbalances here, but will it do that on our time on this trade? Price action doesn't care that I want that to happen. Just a scenario that I hope is going to happen. But we don't deal in hopium. We trade what we see and being realistic about it, and being realistic enough to know that price could turn around and take us out for a 1%. But the trend line's gone red now. Look, there we go. So I saved myself what, half a pip in my anticipation. So let's go on to trading view. Put it down to there. That's where we were. Raise that to what stop? How much pips was it? 3.1. 3.1. So brings that down to way down to there. Yeah, that looks spot on. Yeah, just above the purple line. Just above the purple line. And now, as we can see, we've got imbalance here. Will price come down to mitigate that? And also, I hope it comes down to mitigate that imbalance. But that's on the 1 minute time frame. Let's have a look on the 5 minute. And sure enough, on the 5 minute, we got imbalances down here, which is good. But also, bearing in mind, we have imbalances here now being caused. So if they do need to carry on the buy bias before getting that, I mean, because this non-farm payroll is enough to, when it gets to 130, they know they got imbalances here, they could carry on up, and then within 10 seconds, price could come down and mitigate all these imbalances, which is what they wanted to do anyway. Or do they want to do it now? You know, that's but like I say, we're in the trade. Well, I'm in the trade. And either accepting a 1% loss or a 2% gain. And this is where I used to say, still do really, switch the computer off, go and make a cup of tea. No point letting your anxieties do anything. Anxieties is only 1% if we lose, which is nothing in the scheme of things. And because of the parabolic SAR coming down, I may or may not, I like to put it on the 5 minute and be governed by that really. Now, what I'd like to see is that parabolic price coming down to sweep that that parabolic side there and send that up quite high, and that will give me an indication that possibly would be a deeper sell coming on. Let's see it. Oh, we might not even get there yet. That's the sell zone. I'll take that away so as we don't confuse. Got a support and resistance line. Ideally, it would be nice if stop loss was above that support and resistance line to give it extra barrier if price went the other way. But I'm not sacrificing the amount of pips for that. But price could come and revisit that support line again, or even go beyond and carry on the buy bias. It's stalled, which is not good. Just thinking about waiting for waiting for decisions, perhaps. What we're going to do? What we're going to do, boss? Are we going to go down and look at these balances here, or are we going to just have a rest before carrying on up? In any case, like I said, it's no consequence to us. Ah, good. So that's a good sign. On the 5 minute time frame, the parabolic SAR has gone right up there. Look. So that's an indication that there possibly could be a deeper sell taking place. I like to see that. But like I said before, here we are. So a bit of a pullback there. The center tracer down there, though, which is good. I like to see that. They've tapped into this little bit of imbalance there. Question is, are they going to be tapping into in the future into imbalances down here? Let's hope so. In which case, obviously, we get our 2%. But it is what it is. I've made my decision. Price doesn't care that I really want this 2%, so I can get like a 5% already for the month. I'm on 3% already. Price doesn't care about that, of course. He'll do what he wants to do. Let's open the chat up in case anybody wants to say anything. How do I do that? Yeah. So if you want to say something, chat about something, put it in chat. If I can answer it, I will. But when one's trading every day, if you've been on a long time with me, you'll know that every day is not the same. You have to use your own discretion and gut feelings about what's going on. And unfortunately, gut feelings is something I can't teach you. And I wouldn't anyway, because my gut is different to yours. Sorry, that's a bad term, isn't it? Gut. But you know what I mean. I mean, some people might be happy to take a little bit of money now. You can never go broke by taking a profit. Other people will be, oh, well, it's 1% that you lose and it's worth the risk. So indeed, we'll go with that. Others might wait to go here and put their stop loss to their entry. See, for me, I mean, if price comes down and swallows up Parabolic SAR again and carries on, then that might be a sign to put my stop loss to my entry for a risk-free trade for the rest of it, just in case it does turn around. And in fact, I think I might do that if we do get to that scenario. But also, one volume push could actually do our 2%. But then again, the way EUR USD has been, one volume push the other way could take us out. So this is what you've got to have in mind, and don't have any fear about it. Just take a 1% loss in the same vein as you would a 2% gain. But all the time, keeping an eye on protecting your equity. Ah, that's interesting. The parabolic SAR has flipped down to there. So I'm going to put my stop loss to my entry now. Hopefully, we will have enough push to get down to my 2%. So I've got a risk-free trade running on this now. I'd like a little bit of money for my time with you guys though, but if it comes and takes me out, not a big deal. There'll always be a trade, but you've got to be patient and wait for the trades to come to you, not the other way around. Something in chat here. Four dots for a buy, you'd be inclined to close. Again, that's up to your own discretion. If it's, but they were very close to, as opposed to here where the Parabot SAR, it was far away from the price, meaning a deeper sell could ensue. Here, although the Parabot SAR is not that far away, so there any buy volume isn't that big a deal. It's not. It's an indication that was not much of a buy going on. But right now, we are coming down towards our 2%. It would be very nice to get that, obviously, but it is what it is. Will price be coming down to touch the purple line and then reacting off it, tapping into that imbalance there? Hopefully it's going to tap into that imbalance there. I mean, I've been in situations before where price has been so near to the taking our 2%, and then all of a sudden they change their mind and gone right up again. But it is what it is. It's disappointing, but you know, you've got to learn to factor these things could happen in and not to worry too much about these things. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's just a 1%. Well, it's not even 1% loss now, it's a risk-free, but I'd like to be paid to be on with you guys. So that'll be nice. And now I'm following my stop loss down a little bit. So, I mean, $166 on a $100,000 account. So it's $166, don't get me wrong, it's 120 quid, which can be a day's wage for a lot of people. So when you put it in that context, be reminded yourself of the value of money. It's a good exercise as well because it also makes you realize how important it is to protect your equity. And yes, even if you're on a demo, treat it the same as you would a live account, because if you don't, you'll get into bad habits and then blow your account. I don't like the fact of all this stalling here, really, but so I'm dragging it down a bit more as the minutes go on. And now I've got $232 for my time with you guys, just in case things go a bit what we call Pete Tong wrong, and all of a sudden they decide to, oh, good, come on, a little bit more, a little bit more. Hey, there we go. So that's a nice, another 2% win to end the week with. So that takes me up to 5% already for the month. Very pleased with that. A little bit over 5%, I think, something like that. So see, reacted off the purple line there. So with a bit of knowledge like that. And says, have a good weekend. Yeah, I have a good weekend every weekend, and no matter what the trading is, because like I said, I don't let what happen in the charts determine whether I have a good time or not. And nor should you really accept that price will do what it's going to do. And look at the bigger picture like we're doing now. Anyway, Tony says legend. Thanks for that, Tony. Right, okay. So with that being said, guys, have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we'll come back and see you all again next week. So stand by for details in the Facebook group, and in the normal other channels, and speak to you soon. Cheers for now then. Bye.